Hello, viewers. Compliments of the season is a very pleasant Christmas season, and as we are gearing up to entering into 2020, the long-awaited 2020, this is an opportunity to also wish every one of you out there a very prosperous and a fruitful 2020. May God guide us all to do exploits in this coming year. On this channel, I try to introduce to us channel. My channel is all about suicide realities, the things that could lead to suicide, but my focus is basically on marital issues, as has been overlooked in recent time. Okay, so on this channel I try to introduce certain ways that we could use to avert suicide realities. And like I say, I pray that God will use any of these videos to reach out to someone out there who may be needing to come out of whatever situation right now that is overwhelming in his or her marital status right now, that is trying to consume the person's thinking into going into depressed mood that could lead to suicide. There are several other things that could lead to suicidal, but I'm narrowing it specifically to marital issues, as like I said, have been neglected in recent time, even over the years, not just in recent time. So to wind up the year, I'm just going to go straight to what I think I should bring to the table today on this channel, that marriages are the devil's target. One may say I don't believe in devil, but truly devil exists, and his work is unending as long as the earth remaineth. So what I'm trying to say, and what I'm trying to do with my channel, is to introduce different forms of avenues that could help in averting suicides, because there are many issues out there that relating to marital issues that are not being discussed. They are not being touched at all. So I have looked at it also, considering the responses I've gotten from friends and from distant, friends of friends that I don't directly know them, but they've been able to share certain things, especially in marriage, and you'll be wowed with certain things you hear that you don't know that is actually depressing one and subduing one to doing outrageous things that could deter the person's living, how long the person can live. So all these are what can be tagged as suicide, because when you're depressed out of certain issues from your marital predicament, and they begin to lure you into depressed mood, that also results to certain types of sicknesses and diseases that will at the end you may not directly commit suicide, but such sicknesses can put you out of earth. In other words, kill you. So today, to wind up for the year, I'm going to suggest, because I know that the church has a very strong hold, and as the scripture has put it, that this is where saviors will come from. Saviors for the predicaments in this world will emanate from church. And because the Bible also states in the book of Proverbs chapter number 23, it talks about how if as a as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And what are the things that you think about? What are the things that you can only think about in life are the things that you make yourself available to. The things that you always dwell your thoughts on, the things that are available to you. And I know for sure that the church has a very strong hold on many people who have come encounter with churches, and both religious and non-religious. I've met lots of people who are not Christians, but they go for the Christian books. They purchase some Christian books. They watch online Christian activities. They don't prophesy openly, how helpful some of the messages they get from the churches are to them, how it also kind of helped them in their day-to-day living, but they secretly go for the messages that come from the church. So I think from what I have come to know and from the influences I have seen over people's life over time, and from the stories that friends have shared with me in recent time relating to issues in their marriages, I think the church is not saying enough regarding many issues that are emanating from marriages today that are leading to suicide. Yeah, suicide, because there are several people who have died out of depression in their marriage. And there is this belief in Africa that because of certain things people will say, or because, just maintain and try and survive in your marriage. Quitting will not do you good. Quitting is not the right thing for you to do, because if you quit, what about your children? What about this? What about that? But that for me shouldn't be the case. The case should be, what should I do to survive this trauma at this stage? So now, what I think, this message, I pray it gets out there, it goes viral, because I think the church needs to sit up. Yes, they are saying enough on how to be a good giver, how to give, give as in big time giving, how to, how you can stay and live the life that Christ has called you to live, help you to showcase your talents. But I think that when it comes to marriage, the church is not saying enough. There's a whole lot. Marriage counseling shouldn't just end. It shouldn't end at the stage of when you're preparing to get married. Marriage counseling should be incorporated into church services, because while you're still single, you're preparing for the while you're still single, you're preparing for marriage, and while you're married, marriage is an unending institute that we don't stop learning. So I think a lot needs to be said in the churches from the pulpit, just like the men of God and the pastors and the prophets, those ministers of God, the way they talk about so many other things. I think marriage is being neglected, as in the issues relating to marriages, even from some personal experiences of the pastors can go a long way to help someone out there, you see, because on marriage issue is a very sensitive one, and the devil's target now is the marriage, because he knows that if he gets a family, he has gotten a community,